Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. In today's video, I'm gonna be playing with the new Beauty Bay Age of Opulence palette. I'm so excited. As I've said a million times, I'm still bitter that I missed out on the Book of Magic palette and I wish they'd bring it back. But when they announced this one, I was like, that's basically the Book of Magic's darker sister, so I'm down for it. And I ordered it immediately. I did have a weird ordering issue with Beauty Bay. I mentioned it in the vlog, but for those of you who don't watch, basically what happened was I ordered the palette and a couple other things to hit free shipping, and then I noticed a couple days later that I didn't get a shipping confirmation, so I asked Zane about it, my husband. We use like privacy cards and things like that to protect our like actual card and bank account and stuff. So sometimes when I use that, it automatically goes to his email because we share the account. So I asked him if he had tracking and he didn't know what I was talking about. So I asked him to try to find a confirmation in his email. He didn't have one. I went to my account. I didn't have any order history for this order specifically. I had old ones, but not for this order. So then we were trying to contact Beauty Bay. They were so slow at responding. They would respond maybe once every other day. We were getting nowhere. And I was getting to the point where I just expected my order never to come. I was getting ready to potentially dispute it with the privacy card company and stuff like that. But then the package just showed up at my house. So I never got a confirmation, but it did show up. So I'm happy that it showed up, but very weird customer service interaction. Anyways, in this video, I will be playing with this palette, and I am also playing with a blush and highlight that I picked up on Beauty Bay's site as well. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna do close-ups and swatches of the palette, and then I'm gonna create this look, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. At the end of the video, I will give you my thoughts so far, but I still do need to play with this one some more to gather my full thoughts. I do plan on doing an Instagram video and a 2 looks video, provided you guys wanna see that. If this video flops and you have no interest, I probably won't, but I'm excited to play with it. I treated myself to this, and I'm excited to play with it more, so hopefully you're excited as well. Before we hop into it though, let me just give you my accessory details. I think I got this choker from Shop Sun & Co, but I could be wrong, but if I'm right, you can use my affiliate code BattyBean to save 10%. And these earrings are from Spooky Doodle Club on Etsy, and my ring today is from Etta Love. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop in, swatch the palette, and play with some makeup. Let's dive into it. This is what it looks like. The packaging is really pretty. It's not totally my aesthetic, but it is really pretty at the same time. And then on the inside, we have 20 beautiful shades, a mixture of mattes and beautiful, sparkly, mouth-watering, glitzy, metallic-y shimmers. We have a good mixture of purples, blues, and teals, also some neutrals in there. I think this is a very fun color story. It's not exactly the same as the Book of Magic that I missed out on, but it does feel like the darker sister to it, which I'm very pumped about. This is my second time trying a Beauty Bay palette. I fell in love with the Wilderness palette, and then when this one released, I bought it without hesitation. I literally bought it the second that it launched. Well, the second that I saw it launch. I think it launched a few hours before I noticed, but first time I noticed, I bought it immediately, did not even wait, and I'm really excited to continue playing with it. So yeah, let's hop into the tutorial itself. I love how this look came out, so I'm gonna show you how I did it, and at the end of the video, I'll give you my thoughts so far. Hello, how's it going? We're gonna get into the Age of Opulence palette, but before we do, I did want to play with a blush and highlight that I got as well when I made my Beauty Bay order. So I ordered a couple of these baked blush and highlights from Be Perfect Cosmetics. The Scorched blush is in the shade Melt, and I have not used this yet, and I'm gonna use it today. I also did get the Polar Vortex highlight in the shade Pink Icicle. I'm not gonna use this one today because I have another one that I wanna use that is absolutely stunning, but I did use this one recently in an Instagram video if you wanna go see what it looks like. It's very soft and pink and beautiful, but I am really excited to dive into this blush because I really liked the highlight formula, and I think it's also going to be beautiful in blush form. This is an Alter Ego number 3 brush. Just gonna dip right in there and just go to town on the outer parts of my cheeks. Ooh, that's beautiful. You see how just soft and pretty that is? Oh my gosh, that formula is lovely. Ooh, I'm gonna be tempted to pick up more shades. Oh, that's gorgeous. This is my first time ever trying Be Perfect, by the way. I haven't really been interested in their palettes just because they're so ginormous, so ridiculously ginormous. If they ever come out with smaller, more edited palettes, I might be down to try. But as it stands, I am not a fan of how large they make their palettes. Let's pop a little on the nose here. All right, before getting into highlight, I do just want to add a couple freckles with my Freck XL. Just gonna add my little fake beauty mark and then intensify the things that already exist on me. And then I just want a few defined ones around the nose, just like that. And I'm just gonna carefully tap these out so they're a little less harsh. Can you believe October is almost over? I can't believe it. It feels like just the other day that I was craving September even to get here, because that's when It's spooky season in my soul. Well, spooky year round, but I really dive into pumpkins and wanting all the Halloween things. I mean, let's be real. I start wanting Halloween in August, but it's crazy. It feels like just the other day I was waiting for even June and July to get here so I could start getting that very early Halloween decor that comes out, and now it's almost over. It's wild. So for highlights, I picked up the Be Perfect Cosmetics Get Wet highlight. This is in the shade Skin Sheen, and this is beautiful. I wore it for the first time yesterday and I was so mesmerized. With this, I'm gonna use this Kaleidos H2 highlight brush. It's very dense and perfect for this kind of very wet, putty-ish kind of highlight. It has a putty texture, but it's not a cream highlight, if that makes sense. Very similar to the Super Shock shadows, but also very sparkly. Very similar to the Fenty Diamond Bombs. I feel like that's a better comparison. Just wait till you see this sparkle. Oh. And honestly, I don't even know if the camera's gonna do it justice. It is so ridiculously sparkly. This one I might pick up more shades in if there are other shades that suit my pale skin. Because I'm very impressed with this, and it glides on so smooth. It's like smooth and sparkly at the same time, very similar to the Fenty ones, and I love that. How Many Carats Diamond Bomb is my favorite highlight ever, so it's just a texture that I adore. Let me see if I can shine my flashlight on my face just so you can see how sparkly it is. Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna spray my face now with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Setting Spray, and then we'll move on to the eyes. Okay, let's dive in. We're gonna be playing with so many of the colors today. I wanna play with the blues and purples equally, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna prime with the Translucent Party Proof Eye Primer from ColourPop because I've been enjoying it. I think this is my current favorite affordable eye primer. It's very nice. My current favorite eye primer in general is the Milk Makeup one, the Hydro Grip, but I actually feel like both of these outrank my Smashbox one. I never thought I'd see the day, but you know, it is what it is. Both of those primers are very different as well. This one's more soft and putty-like, whereas the Hydro Grip is more slightly tacky. I like them both a lot. So let's see, I wanna start with Rich, right here in the middle. And I wanna do a halo eye today with a lot of blues in the crease and then purples on the lower lash line. This is a Luxie 121. It's kind of like a small blending brush. And I'm just gonna take this and start very softly swirling this around the inner and outer part of my crease. I'm not gonna take this on the lower lash line because again, I wanna do purples down there. But I do wanna just focus this here for now. And I'm using very light pressure because I am gonna be going back and blending a lot with other shades, so I don't want this to get too blown out and carried away too fast. So now that that is laid down, I wanna take Curfew right here, this deep, deep blue. I wanna take that on this ColourPop E27. It's like a really skinny, tiny pencil brush. And this I'm gonna press right on the outer and inner corner of my lid, just to really create and build that depth. You hear birds chirping and wind, it's because my window's open. I'm actually thrilled right now. It's about 10:30 right now, and it's still in the low 60s. And lately we've been getting crispy mornings, but it usually gets into the high 70s by like 10 a.m. So the fact that it's still in the 60s right now is amazing. It was 50 degrees when I woke up this morning. So I basically just took a little bit more of the Rich shade and I am blending that edge just a teeny bit. I'm trying to avoid the middle as much as possible. I'm just kind of trying to blend this up and out a little bit just to give my eye a very rounded effect. And finally, I want to take Hope, this beautiful blue up here. I'm actually going to take that on a pretty large brush. This is my Kaleidos S1. Just going to tap it off so it's very light. And I'm using very light pressure here. I'm just gonna start kind of going around these edges. If this shade goes through the middle, I'm okay with that. But I just wanna use this just to add a little bit more blend and color around these edges. So far, everything is blending great and I am very happy about that. I feel like I wanna go ahead and work on the lower lash line before doing the lid. I actually wanna start with the shade Velvet right here, this beautiful purple. I'm taking this very old dual-ended Royal & Langnickel brush. It has a smudgy side and a blending side. I'm gonna take Velvet on that smudgy side. And I'm just gonna go to town, placing this right up against my lower lash line. And I'm gonna do this all the way across. Sometimes with my halo eyes, I like to leave the lower lash line blank in the middle so I can also put a complementary shimmer. But since I'm doing kind of two different colors, I wanna just let the lower lash line be very blown out and purpled. Purpled is now a verb, just so you know. Purpled, definition, the act of becoming purple. Okay, so I wanna take Flapper now, this beautiful kind of fuchsia purple. I'm gonna take that on the fluffy side of this brush. Just taking a little bit, tapping it off so it's nice and light, And again, very light pressure here. I'm just gonna go to town, just blending out this edge so it can become very soft and diffused and blown out. Oh, I really like these purples and blues next to each other. I think that's so pretty. This is such a gorgeous color story. So last, I actually want to take Speakeasy, this beautiful, rich, deep, plummy burgundy. Well, it's not really a burgundy, just kind of like a really dark plum. I'm gonna take that on this very tiny, precise flat brush from e.l.f. It is the e.l.f. J6 from the J. Kissa collab. And this I wanna press right up against my lashes, just to give some added depth and dimension. Adding a really dark shadow like this against my lashes used to be a must. I couldn't not do my makeup without it. I don't do this step every time now, but especially with smoky things, I feel like it really does kind of tie things together and give that extra drama. Now I'm actually gonna take a teeny bit more of Velvet, that first purple I laid down, just to very, very, very lightly smudge. And again, just a teeny bit more of Flapper, just to very lightly buff at the edges, just one more time. I'm really into this combination of the blue and purple. I think that's so pretty. I'm actually gonna take the first shade in the palette, the RSV. It's just a pale neutral shadow. I just want to buff that inner corner because I got a little sloppy. Okay, the lid. I need to use my NYX Glitter Primer first because I use it with all of my shimmers. It helps everything pop to their fullest potential. And I'm gonna take this little Spectrum A13 brush. I'm just gonna plop this glitter primer all over my lid. And I'm first gonna take Decadent right here, this beautiful blue. Taking that on the same sticky brush, and this is gonna go in the inner and outer corner of my lid. This is gonna help transition my middle shade into everything else. Ooh, this blue is so pretty. I'm gonna take my tiny Luxie brush from the very beginning of the video just to help buff out the edge of that shimmer so it flows nicely. And now for the middle, I kind of want to use Ace because I think having a pop of purple in the middle of this is gonna really just tie everything together. So that's what I want to do. I'm gonna take that on this little Alter Ego number 6 brush. It's just a small packing brush. And that is gonna go right in the center. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I like this choice. I feel like that's making that lower lash line tie in with this so nicely. I'm not doing a cut crease per se, but I am just trying to just make sure the top of this shimmer is nice and clean, but I'm not being as precise as a cut creasey would be. Cut creasey. I keep making up words over here. And again, just gonna take my little Luxie brush just to make sure it all flows. And I'm also gonna take my brush I used with the shimmer blue just to tippy tap and smudge and make sure that blue and purple are flowing nicely. And last but not least, I wanna take a little bit of Crush right here. I'm just gonna grab it on this teeny tiny little brush. And I just wanna put a little dollop of it right in the center of all this, just to further intensify this halo effect. Just to give the center of the eye a little bit more brightness. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I don't want it to look obvious like I threw a light shade down. I just want it to just bring in a little more dimension. You know, I think I'm gonna use Crush in the inner corner as well, because I think that's a pretty shade. Oh, I love that so much. I'm gonna repeat it on the other eye, throw on my lashes, eye pencil, and something on my lips, and I'll be back when I'm complete. All right, my look is complete, my hair is done, everything is good. I'm obsessed with this. I think it's so magical and smoky and dramatic, and I love it. I'm really excited to keep playing with this palette. The eye pencil I threw in is Psychedelic Sister from Urban Decay. I just felt like this metallic purple would go perfect with what I had going on. My lashes are the Style Luna from Lunar Beauty, and on my lips I went with the shade Bear from Kaleidos. It's one of the lip clays. I love this, and I'm a sucker for a smoky blue look with a neutral lip. I know this is blue and purple, but I just felt like I needed it in my soul today. So yeah, this is the look. I hope you like it. Let me zoom out and I'll give you my thoughts so far. All right, hello. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. What do you think of my look? Let's chat about the palette, shall we? I played with a lot of the things today. I'm actually really impressed with the amount of colors I played with. I played with 6 of the mattes and 3 of the shimmers, so that's a lot. I played with almost half of the palette already. So far, the mattes all seem to blend really nicely. For me, the Wilderness palette performed like a dream, and this one so far seems to be performing the same for me. Everyone's gonna have different opinions, of course, but so far so good for me. Sometimes purples can be tricky to work with or very, very dark shades, but as of right now, I have not noticed that to be an issue for me. I felt like everything performed the way I wanted it to, and I'm excited to play with it some more. I feel like so far my only real critique is I kind of don't like that we have this shade and this shade because they're very similar. I feel like we could have just had the one, or none in my personal preference, but I feel like one would have sufficed. But for the most part, I like all these colors. I feel like they all have different undertones undertones, and you can do different things with them. Even these two light shimmery shades, I'm okay with both of them being in there because they're two totally different undertones and you can use them for different things. So far, I'm very happy with this color story and I'm happy with the performance and I'm excited to keep playing with it. I would love to know your thoughts though. Did you pick this palette up? Do you want to pick it up? I would love, love, love to hear your thoughts about it. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave me a Halloween related emoji since it is spooky season? And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me on my other socials. You can join the Baddie Bean fam. I'm Baddie Bean on everything. I'm posting every day on Instagram and I'm pretty active on TikTok and Twitter as well. And if you want, you can subscribe if you want to see more videos. I'm posting every single day in the month of October. Thank you so much for watching and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.